Yo, yo, yo. Before I start this video, nothing in this video is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. The stuff that you're about to hear in this video is borderline conspiracy theory stuff. And I mean, frankly, it's probably conspiracy theory. But it's a culmination of all the data that I've been collecting over the course of the past few months on Bitcoin and AMC. And when I say Bitcoin, I am generally referring to crypto as a whole. This video is pointing to what I think could be a major liquidity event that's coming around the corner. This is related to AMC, could be related to other meme stocks, but I don't study those as closely, as well as cryptocurrency and their inverse relationship. If you do want to know more about their inverse relationship, I did make a video about it. This is not my original idea. I didn't necessarily steal it from anybody, but since I made the video, I've had people say, oh, you stole it from so-and-so. I mean, they're just charts. It's not my fault that I just happened to come up with the same chart that somebody else did. The information's out there for everybody. But basically, as you can see, AMC in yellow has gotten pumped after Bitcoin has had major dumps so far this year. And so I want to, and if you want to know more about that, you can go watch that video. But for now, just keep that in the back of your mind, okay? What I think is coming next, and by the way, I know that a lot of my viewers slash followers slash whatever are and friends are apes, aka in the AMC community. And so I want you guys to all know that I want to be very specific here, and this is to everybody. This is not a trading strategy, okay? I am not telling people that they should be buying anything or selling anything as a result of this. This is me pointing towards a potential liquidity event that I see around the horizon based on the data that I've collected thus far. This is all technical, okay? I'm not going to be pulling up any options data or dark pool data or anything like that. I'm simply pointing towards technicals, okay, to come to my conclusion. Whether or not you think that that's a reliable way to do so and come up with this sort of conclusion, that's up to you. That's totally your prerogative. And yeah, so do what you're going to do, okay? But hopefully by the end of this, you get some sort of interesting perspective on this. You can feel free to disagree with me in the comment section or talk to me on Twitter about it or whatever you want to do. I'm totally open to being wrong. But I think going forward, it's going to be a good idea for us to be following this day by day on my channel. So I will be updating with my take on what's going on between these two asset classes as I see them and their relationship going forward, because I think we're on the verge of something very interesting happening here, okay? So let's get into that interesting thing. And I'm sorry about the long intro. I just wanted to be very clear because I have a feeling a lot of people might see this video and get the wrong idea, okay? I am not guaranteeing that this is going to happen. I'm simply pointing at data and saying, this is what I'm seeing. Whatever you choose to do as a result of this is totally your choice. It has nothing to do with me, okay? All right, with that being said, if you've been following my channel for any given time, I've only been making videos for about a week now. I've been pointing towards this potential bear trap that's developing, okay? This is a falling wedge pattern on the AMC chart. And by the way, this is the hourly chart for AMC. And you can draw it a few different ways if you want to. Oh, this is actually my preferred way now, okay? And look, whenever you have a falling wedge, you're going to be able to draw a bunch of different falling wedges. It's just one of the things about the pattern because you have all these different jump-off points that you could have for that bottom trend line. Regardless, this is bears losing momentum whenever they try and push the price down. Bulls basically getting beaten down on the top end. So bears are getting a little euphoric. That's typically what a falling wedge entails. And bulls actually have more control than bears are anticipating, and typically this would turn around, okay? To the upside. It's typically a bullish reversal pattern. Also, I've talked about Elliott wave and how I think that this is this is a wave one. This is the bottom of a wave 2 potentially, and then this. Okay? All right. What I want to say now is that based on my sentimental analysis and technical analysis, along with cyclical analysis of everything that's going on, I do believe that AMC is going to see downside. Okay? I do not think that AMC is going to break out of this pattern at the beginning of next week. That doesn't necessarily break my thesis overall for this video. If that does happen, we would have to give it an update probably and see what exactly does happen. But what I'm expecting from AMC is probably further move to the downside, okay? And it's going to end up looking something like this move from the end of April to the middle of May, or a very large version of this move towards the end of May that led into the big blow up in June, okay? That's what I'm expecting. That is where we get the breakout of this pattern, probably sometime in early October is my guess. I don't know how long that breakout will play out. Again, I'm not sure. We're going to have to update this day by day. But I want to point at this point as well to the Bitcoin chart, okay? And this is the daily chart for Bitcoin, which is also forming a falling wedge. But this one is set to come to an end on November 1st, while the one for AMC is set to end on October 5th. I see Bitcoin running down while this happens, okay? Like this, okay? That's where your eventual breakout's going to be. And again, we're going to be updating this as we go along, as time goes, right? What I think is happening is institutions have been accumulating AMC in this zone using something called Wyckoff accumulation. And I'll show you what that looks like here. You can see this schematic. The part of the chart I'm referring to specifically is pretty much here. Okay, and right now where I think we are is SOS. Okay, this is your SOS. Just for reference, okay? Just for reference. If you watch this video again or whatever, or you pause it or whatever, I think that this is SOS, okay? And so the next move in Wyckoff for this pattern as well, which Wyckoff is separate from falling wedges, okay? For anybody who's not as familiar with Wyckoff, whatever, Elliott wave, whatever, obviously, if all three of these things work in any degree, it's because there's some truth to all of them. This is converging information. You compare these charts with each other, right? And I'm looking over and I can already see that like part of it is wrong. But just for an example here, you see this initial move down. You see AR right here, ST, this little peak, ST in phase B, this top here, maybe a spring, a test, right? LPS, bull LPS, SOS, okay? Whatever. All right, you get the idea. Pause it. Slow down. Don't like try and consume it all in one take, okay? I encourage you to sit down and really take this in, okay? Similarly, sorry, this is just crazy to me. It's just crazy that I'm even making this video, to be honest with you. Like, I can't believe that I'm making this video. I can't believe that this was, like, that I actually have this sort of theory. This does not align with my worldview of the market, okay? All right, SC, AR, ST, you know, peak here, ST phase B, peak here, spring, test, LPS, BULPS. And again, the meanings for these is not important for you guys right now, okay? You can go find those on your own. and I'm not trying to like order you around or anything. I'm trying to avoid the definitions right now just so that I can simplify my general view. Just know that Wyckoff accumulation and Wyckoff distribution, again, to prove that this is going on, Wyckoff distribution, which is clearly evident on Bitcoin's run up to $65,000, okay? This is undeniable Wyckoff distribution, okay? The goal of these schematics is to manipulate retail traders into selling low and buying high so that institutions can either accumulate or distribute the asset, okay? Distribute, obviously, to gain profit. Accumulate, right, down here. Accumulate in order to accumulate the asset. So what I'm saying here is on this shorter time frame, the same, again, this is the hourly chart for AMC. In a shorter amount of time, from July 7th or so, you can say, till now, AMC is going through the same schematic that Bitcoin has been going through since mid to late May. Okay? If you're looking at the dates here. So obviously, Bitcoin's is playing out slower. Historically, based on the video that I told you about earlier, we have seen Bitcoin do the dumping first before AMC. I think that this time around, before AMC pumps, I'm sorry. So Bitcoin dumps / crypto, whatever, dumps, which by the way, crypto at large, the liquidity available there, oh my goodness, the smaller coins are so much easier to pump and dump, okay? Bitcoin's really hard to pump and dump, and that goes into my main thesis as to why this is going on. Historically, crypto as a whole dumps, right? May 19th was the big dump day, okay? So May 19th, this is the AMC chart we're looking at, by the way. May 19th was the big dump day. Let me get my circle. Still getting used to using a computer because I'm so used to using my phone. May 19th, okay? So this zone right here is when Bitcoin was dumping like crazy. Trust me, I'll never forget, all right? I'll never forget. This was not a fun time for Dave, all right? I was very caught off guard by this. So big dumps for Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes into its accumulation phase. Guess what happens on May 19th, right? You have this little squiggly blah, 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 okay? This is basically an accumulation as well. If we zoom in, this is a smaller accumulation pattern, and then boom, okay, June 2nd. And look, we'll just zoom in on it right quick just so you know that I'm not like sitting here just like saying stuff and hoping that you believe me, okay? I don't even really care if you believe me or not. This is just an interesting thesis, okay? I say that in the nicest way possible and just like, all right, here we go. So, all right, let me pull up the accumulation schematic again for you to look at. Okay. Look familiar to you? Pretend there's a line right here, okay? This is a one of those crazy freaking pre-market dumps, okay? Okay? Similar pattern, okay? Similarly, they're trying to jerk emotion up and down to make people think it's going to the moon. Oh, it's going to zero. Oh, it's going to the moon. Oh, it's going to zero, okay? That's the goal here. So I guess what I'm saying is both of these assets trade heavily on narrative, okay? They trade very heavily on narrative, trade very heavily on emotion. And what I believe is happening is institutions are playing with people's emotions in both of these assets, in meme stocks, in crypto, because the liquidity is good and the market cap is relatively low for them to be able to work together and manipulate this stuff, okay? And so as far as like price targets and stuff like that, again, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This isn't trading advice. I'm not saying that you should buy or sell anything at any given time at all, okay? I'm just pointing out what Fibonacci extension tool tells us, okay? These are the Fibonacci extension targets for AMC. Again, I don't know what this has to do with the potential MOAS. I don't know how that plays into this at all. I'm not trying to say that I do. These are other potential targets for Fibonacci extension. These are all going to be heavily traded regions, okay? When the price touches here, there's going to be sellers, and then there's going to be buyers based on these targets. If this thing does move up, okay? Look, and I could be totally wrong about all of this, and I'm totally open to that. This is what I'm going to be tracking personally. I could be totally wrong. And if this thing shoots down and whatever, then we'll reevaluate at that point. But as of right now, I think that we are on the brink of a crazy move for cryptocurrency before the end of the year, going into next year, maybe peaking in May or something crazy like that. As far as AMC, a much shorter term, humongous move is coming as well. And this is all a liquidity play for institutions that are benefiting from both sides of this. And again, I'm not getting into the nitty gritty. If you want to follow people who are really digging in on stuff like this, you can look into AMC Bigums on Twitter. That guy Astro on Twitter. Those guys are doing due diligence on this stuff, digging into Astro has shown me like the craziest stuff with the cycles that this stuff is trading through and everything like that. It is clear that these assets are connected to each other in some way. And so I just wanted to put this all out here as kind of an all together, like, this is the first stepping stone, okay, for this thesis that we're gonna follow. I'm still gonna follow it technically and pretend like this thesis doesn't exist over on Twitter. Probably give these sorts of like technical / thesis updates on these things, but I certainly think that this is something incredibly interesting to be watching. And look, man, it could be invalidated tomorrow, like whatever. AMC could just literally shoot off like a rocket tomorrow and do whatever, and I'd be totally fine with that, by the way. Like I don't want AMC to pump and then fall down and correct. And look, I'm long on AMC, man. If like you guys want, man, look, I'll draw it for you, right? Look, dude, this right here, this where's my little path? All right, give me an arrow. Look, if you guys want it, look, Dave wants it. All right, I want this, because I own AMC. I have a significant position. All right, I would enjoy that thoroughly. All right, but I'm just trying to take all the data in, analyze it, see what I'm seeing playing out. I think that we are clearly in Wyckoff accumulation towards the end for both of these patterns. Bitcoin's is playing out slower than AMC's, and AMC and maybe other meme stocks, whatever, are going to be liquidity for crypto. And the reason that I think that this is happening is because I think that institutions have now realized, and they might have realized somewhere back here, or they might have realized this years ago or whatever, that it's too late to turn the clock back on Bitcoin and Ethereum and decentralized platforms like these. And so rather than try to put laws in the way and make it illegal and whatever, because it's so inevitable, I think that what they're doing is a can't beat them, join them. And they're trying to get their hands on as much of this stuff as they possibly can. And it's possible that they are driving narratives, okay? Look, man, dude, I already know I'm going to be getting shit for this, but I don't even care. I think that they are driving narratives. And look, China, the Evergrande shit, that's a narrative that plays into this, I believe. All of this is somehow working together to create this theory, this thesis that I've come up with, which, again, before the end of the video, is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I am not advising that you trade. For all you know, I'm like a crazy dude that sits in his room all day and looks at charts. And I could be anybody, okay? Do not do anything based on what I say in this video, okay? do your own research, come to your own conclusions about the stuff that I talked about in this video. Okay? This is really interesting. Look, I'm going to type these guys' Twitters. I'll type them right quick on the screen so you guys can see them. Sorry, it's big and ugly. Oh man. Let's see, Bigums. And then I had one more too. Smaller account, but he does excellent work as well. Just give me a moment to pull up his account. Shall we? Okay, let me make this smaller so everybody can see it. Sorry. All right. Check out these accounts for due diligence on the Astro and Mike Wazowski. They do like the crazy cycles, like they go through the charts and how they're similar and they're fractals and they're bigger and smaller and faster and slower and whatever. Bigums does more of the background, like what's happening behind the scenes, how is the market being manipulated, those sorts of things. So make sure you drop all these guys a follow, and check them out when it comes to this stuff. And then, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it when it comes to this particular video, this crazy conspiracy, whatever. Look, again, I'm open to being wrong. This is just an incredibly interesting connection that we've made between AMC and Bitcoin over the course of this year thus far. And so if this connection continues, this is a potential way that it could be playing out with the end goal of crypto being turned mainstream. And I don't know what the implications of that are. I don't know what the implications of that to MOAS are. Whatever. Sorry, I'm repeating myself over and over again. I'm not going to say I'm sorry. Don't tell me to stop saying I'm sorry in the comments, which is a meme, by the way, because people tell me that all the time. It's just a habit. Sorry. Not sorry. And from there, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like on it. Please comment on the video. Comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Disprove me in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong for X reason. And yeah, so we're going to be following this. So if you're interested to follow along, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and yeah. Until next time, you have a good rest of your night, and best of luck in the markets this week. Tomorrow's Monday. Very excited. All right, take it easy, guys.